What's going on to you, Saggies? What's going on to you, Sagittarius? So there's a link in the comment section below called a Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website which has all the ways for you to financially support the channel, so I can most definitely keep the show going. I just want to also go ahead and say that I won't be doing the 15 cards anymore. Those readings, I didn't have a problem with the length. What I have a problem with is the volume of videos, how many videos I would have to do, right? I'm doing 3 videos and they talking about, and those videos are like 20 minutes each. I ain't really want to do that. I really want to have the ability to be as elusive as I want to be, But anyway, enough about that. So for you, Sagittarius, you have the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. I'm sure you, Sagittarius, will support me regardless of how long or how short the video is. We've already proven that over here on this channel, that we rock with each other, or we should rock with each other. But the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands for you, Sagittarius, represents a lot of you may have even gone on dates that you, Sagittarius, potentially had to walk away from, or not even accept the offer to go hang out on dates or hang out with other people. And the reason why it is I'm saying that is because the 10 of Pentacles, right? Somebody potentially wanted to spend some sort of money on you or splurge, or maybe not even necessarily splurge, but hang out, try to get to know you, right? And supposedly, right? So that's how it is that they're trying to come off. But the problem is the 10 of Wands. You, Sagittarius, obviously found something that was not necessarily so right about this person. And you, Sagittarius, let me see if I can wipe this off. And you, Sagittarius, obviously, hold on one second. And you, Sagittarius, there we go. You obviously didn't like the idea. Yeah, you obviously didn't like the idea of how it is that they were coming off. They were coming off a little bit too ambiguous and not very transparent about how. So maybe you may have heard something, or you saw something, you were listening to them attentively, and then you realized that, they were kind of portraying it like they're going to get to know you and they're going to like keep you if you play your cards right. But then the way that they came off, it may have seemed like they were a little bit too spendthrift, where they were too excited to kind of spend cash, right? So obviously that's not necessarily a very good thing. Nobody should be, truth is, nobody should want somebody else to spend so much money on a date, unless it's something like anniversaries where the person wants to legitimately go all out. You're worth your weight in gold. They're worth their weight in gold. And what I mean by that is the two of you get along, y'all click, y'all have been in a relationship for how many umpteenth years. Y'all are a good team, a good match. Y'all mesh well, y'all blend well like peanut butter and jelly, or peanut butter and banana, or whatever else, right? But to say spending all this absorbent amounts of money on a date, that's a dub. That, for what? And the thing is that the 8 of Pentacles represents how, so for them, ultimately the money is nothing. But the problem is, you didn't want, you Sagittarius, this is what it is I've been seeing about a lot of you Sagittarius. A lot of you Sagittarius, from what it is I'm seeing, a lot of y'all don't mind going out on the 50-50 dates anymore. Because a lot of you realize that it really depends on the person, which is true. It depends on the person. It depends on the chemistry, right? The relationship, the mixtures of who you are and who the person is. And does it legitimately work? I keep telling y'all, I keep putting y'all on game. It's not about the money. It's not about any of that crap. It's not about any of that nonsense. It's not about that. It's about, do you and the other person mix well together? Peanut butter and banana, peanut butter and jelly, peanut butter and chocolate. Do the two of you mix well together? If it's a yes, then stop worrying about then stop worrying about what everybody and their mama or their daddy has to say about the situation. Stop caring so much. Because part of the reason why, especially nowadays, why people end up breaking up is because of the internet and what friends, quote unquote, have to say. These friends don't even have good judgment half the time. but they're trying to size up your significant other, and y'all are allowing them to. I'm not saying you, I'm saying in a general sense, where people will allow their friends, quote unquote, to size up their significant other. Why? So a lot of you realize that it doesn't matter if this person has the money to burn or whatever, or to spend on you. You don't want somebody spending all of that amount of money on you so fast, because you're not for sale. You're right. Y'all are not for sale. So the Two of Swords and the Moon represents how, here comes the slight disagreement. But the Moon, you had to dip from that. You had to bounce. This is what it is that I was reading in the first two cards, the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Pentacles, them wanting to splurge. The Eight of Pentacles, them splurging, they don't problem splurging. They don't have a problem, splurging. They don't have a problem at all spending how much money they can spend. They don't care about the limits for that one day. They don't care. The problem is the Ten of Wands. Problem is the Two of Swords. Problem is the Moon. You care. You Sagittarius care, because you Sagittarius, y'all just want something honest. And one of the things that a lot of you Sagittarius are starting to realize is honesty. If a person is going to be honest with you, it's usually the people that aren't trying to spend all this amount of money on you, right? Because see, the truth is that sometimes people can end up getting caught up and bent out of shape about that. Like, oh, how come this person is not spending all this amount of money on me? And it's like, listen, if the person can take care of themselves, but they're not spending the money on you so fast, obviously it's because they are wise and they've built up a certain level of wisdom. And not only that too, but you Sagittarius, I don't know if y'all know this, I don't know if I ever told y'all this, but there's two types of people out here: people who are willing to pay and people who are not. And a lot of times the way that the internet tries to make it seem, truth be told, real talk, the internet tries to make it seem like everybody is paying. And it's like, no, no, that's not true. That's factually incorrect. And because I don't pay. I've never paid, and I'm never gonna pay. I would rather live the rest of my life not getting any more than to pay, because that ain't in me. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say with that is there's two types of people out here. This person, they was willing to pay, obviously, because they're not financially conscious or financially aware of the consequences, right? They may give you, they may ball all out, try to give you the best date that you've ever had, risking it all the money in their bank account and all this other type of nonsense, or a lot of it, a proportion, right, or portion of it, right? And it's only been the first date. It's only been one date. It's only been the second date. It's only been the third date. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of you Sagittarius don't want to feel indebted to this person. Like, if this person splurges on me, now I feel like I got to. You want it to flow. And that's the underbelly. The underbelly is pay for play. This is the reason why there's a lot of the people who have my anatomy, if you catch my, I can't say the word, but people who have my anatomy, if you catch my drift, my anatomy, right? I was born with my anatomy. You understand what I'm saying? So the people who have my anatomy, right? They're asking the question to people who do not have my anatomy, if you catch my drift. Well, okay, if I spend all this money, what are you going to give me? And the people who do not have, listen closely, people who do not have my anatomy will go, okay, well, why do I have to feel indebted to you to give you this? And what people who do have my anatomy is saying is, that's the point. You don't have to give that to me immediately, but you have to bring something to the table that okay, that is a bargaining chip. Okay, you don't want to necessarily give me your body. Fine. Consent. We get that. That's consent is literally not a problem. We're not debating consent. That's not something that it is that we're going to sit up here and debate. But what it is not, but we'll never debate. But I'm saying that we understand consent is something that's 100%, right? We get it. Okay, but are you going to dip into your bag of money? Are you going to actually call me and call me for a day? Are you going to take me somewhere? And then the answer is, well, for the most part, right? Most people will say, most of the people who do not have my anatomy will go, well, no, I'm not going to do that. So now it's like, okay, same thing with same anatomy, I can't say the word, but same people who have anatomy, right? Who are into the same thing. It's the same dynamic. It's like the hypocrisy is crazy on either side, regardless of whatever you into. You Sagittarius are starting to see it from that perspective. Like, y'all are the same. Y'all have the same anatomy, but they're still coming from the perspective of entitlement, right? And you Sagittarius don't want to feel indebted. Y'all don't want to feel like this person is splurging all this. Now they kind of, to a certain extent, are entitled to a certain extent, because you was splurging and you was accepting all this amount of money and you doing this. And see, that's another thing too that I want to talk about to give y'all some more game. Doing that type of stuff with like people really don't understand playing games will get you hurt, because you doing all of that, that's dangerous. Like all of that, I'm going to go ahead and put money on you, and then the person accepts it and then backs out of the demands of the person who is splurging. That's a slippery slope. You know what I'm saying? It really is. It really is. And the people who are indebted because those other people are paying so much, those would be the very same people who put themselves out there to be at risk, right? Because they're so interested in having a person pay for them everything. They don't have a backup plan on top of that, on top of them playing games. So I just see a lot of you Sagittarius not really wanting to be around that, not even wanting the person to not for you to have to even have a discussion to be indebted to this person. You being in debt is a no-no. But the things that the Four of Cups and the Queen of Wands represents, because a lot of you Sagittarius have standards. A lot of y'all have self-respect. And a lot of you Sagittarius are not going to put yourselves out there like that in the first place, because it's that ideology is a dub for a lot of y'all. Y'all are like, nah, because and the thing is, y'all can see what's coming next. Y'all can see what's coming next. What's coming next is y'all don't want to put yourselves in that type of situation where the person now goes psycho and they can't really let go. So you Sagittarius can already see what's potentially coming after that. So the Queen of Pentacles represents, now that you Sagittarius have left, y'all are out here again, back ready to get to know other people. The Three of Swords represents their heartbreak, not yours. It represents the heartbreak that they've gone on because they thought that you were down. They thought that you were down for the cash, right? Thankfully, you Sagittarius are not, because y'all understand in the long run, in the short term, this person gonna, do what it is that they gonna do. But in the long run, you Sagittarius, you're not gonna like it, because listen, I'm gonna explain to you, like people who I'm trying to tell y'all, like everybody gotta stop playing games. Whatever lane you in, whether you pay to play or whether you honest, right? Straight up honest, stay in your lane and be what it is that you want to be. You know what I mean? And stop flip-flopping, because both worlds can get crazy. I'm going to just go ahead and say that. Both worlds can get crazy. I've seen it. I've heard of it from people personally. Like both worlds can get crazy. So all of these games that people be playing, they think it's cute. It's not cute and it's not fun. So the thing is that the Page of Swords now represents, so a lot of you Sagittarius, just, you know, you're starting to develop your own system of how you will date, your own strategy of how you will date. And one of the things that you realize is having someone spend on you so fast is not one of those things that you're even comfortable with or you even want, let alone something that you'll do. So let's clarify the Page of Swords. Two of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, the Tower, and the King of Wands. Right. The Two of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, because you're looking for a relationship. You're not pay for play. The Ace of Swords and the Tower. Expect a phone call from this person though, or this person to reach out and kind of see if you're still not interested, or if you are interested. This is their last attempt of trying to get you. And the King of Wands is about how, dang, I wish the King of Wands' legs wasn't open, but you know what I mean? The king, but you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, letting it all hang out. But the King of Wands represents how this is a situation where it's like King of Wands is about you, Sagittarius, doing the very same thing. You are being yourselves, and that's one of the greatest gifts in the world, you know, truthfully, you know, is to be yourself, because now you know yourself, and now you Sagittarius know if you pay for play or if you're honest. One of, you know what I'm saying? One of the two. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Peace.